I'm Sister Magdalene Colson. I come from St. Petersburg, Florida. Uh, Joined the monastery in 1974. Uh, I, I was feeling drawn to religious life, and I found my calling in an advertisement from St. Anthony Messenger magazine,
Okay.
and discovered that it was this the same kind of work. There's contemplative and active life. I discovered that was the kind of nuns that I was curious about back in the 1950s when my elementary school put on at the end of the year. They always did something like that. The 1950 St. Francis of Assisi.
Okay.
I don't know who the actor was that was St. Francis, but I think it was Dolores Hart
Okay.
that was St. Clare.
Oh, that's
And,
beautiful.
On a back-to-back situation, my closing confirmative moment was in my 24th, no, my 22nd year. It was my 24th year or 23rd, somewhere in there. Yeah. I was having what am I doing with myself day, and I decided, I'll just go to a movie. And I says, I went to the movie house, and I says, what should I watch? And I looked around at the offerings, and there was this offering that said Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon, but they didn't describe what it was about. So I says, oh, well, that looks good. I'll go in. Francis and Clare.
That works.
I said, you got me.
Yep. That's amazing. So have you ever doubted your vocation?
No, doubt is not the word.
No.
Temptations are is the word.
Okay.
I at the time it was the little imp was pestering me in my mind, and in my mind I thought I should. I've been here 6 months now or something like that, and I thought I think it's time for me to go home, and so I went to my the person when you're at that point in your life is your novice mistress.
Okay.
I went to her to tell her that I thought it was time to go home, but everything that came out of my mouth had to do with why I should stay. God always likes playing little tricks on me. So that's how it worked out. It says, oh, I guess I'm going to stay.
That's beautiful. That's actually my next question, is about dealing with temptation, because I feel like a lot of people don't see nuns as like experiencing temptation, but it is a real thing that I think everyone experiences. What do you say to people who say you're less of a woman and less of an individual as a nun?
They don't know what they're talking about.
It's true.
Right down to the fact that women and men need each other no matter what their walk of life is. God made us male and female, and it's true that we're two halves of a whole, and the gifts we have, the gifts we are different in different walks of life, but we need each other, and that you can publish.
Yes, perfect. So I guess when you enter the monastery, you change your name. You talk about that.
Oh, in our order, I wouldn't make a blanket statement that everybody changes their name, but we do. We pick something. We pick some something or someone that seems to claim us. At the time, I had lived my budding adulthood in the 1960s, and that to me that was a time when there was so much opportunity awaiting us, and I felt that the budding youth of my time made the wrong decision, and I think the results of that, we're wearing it down to this day. And so I chose St. Mary Magdalene because at that time she was the emblem of a person whose life went 7 devils wrong. and I felt I wanted to, I identified my generation and the foolishness of my generation, and I wanted to represent it and correct it before God. And it was only later that that aspect of my saint is for my generation. But later on, I discovered that for me, it's Mary Magdalene on Easter morning. And he commissioned her to be an apostle of the resurrection. So that is where I stand with my saint.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. This is another question about more of the misconceptions about nuns, especially cloistered nuns. People say you're in a prison and that people think you're locked in forever. But what does being cloistered mean to you?
It's a safeguard. Actually, I lived through a period of time in this community where we experimented. We even wore secular clothing during that time, and I'm not sorry about anything. Our experimentation highlighted things, and one of the things it highlighted was the wisdom of a wholesome enclosure, not the prison mentality of enclosure, but we're kind of like celebrities, and people understand the celebrity, the poison of celebrity. So many people who in public life, they get eaten alive by people curious about them and wanting to access them. In those bygone years, we had pressure from people who wanted us to go and have dinner at their house and all that. You can get eaten alive. And the enclosure kind of like Big Daddy saying, she can't go to your house every day of the week. And that's a relief, because we're not here as prisoners. We're here because we want to be here. We want to be with people like-minded who want to intensify a certain aspect of life that's directed to the Creator, and we want time to do that, and we want discretion and privacy to do that, and that's what the rules of enclosure are. But the rules of enclosure, it's like what Jesus said: the Sabbath is for man, not man for the Sabbath. It's a tool for us. It's not a jailer. There have been times when it went the other way, and the jailer aspect kind of beat up the communities that way. That's not what it's for. The laws of enclosure are for us, not us for them.
Then the last question I have is, what do you want people to know about the Poor Clares?
I think what I want them to know the most of all is that it's a rich, fulfilling life, the the sense of renunciation. Well, the world is ignorant about a number of things because we our mindset, the devil, the flesh, the devil, and the world tell us that that in order to be happy we need to indulge ourselves, and we profess and live and discover that that's the way to destroy yourself. Again, I would present the movie stars. They have everything, and then again and again we see, and rich people. Again and again you see that all that stuff destroys people. And it's not that we don't need things. We like to eat. We like to have a big celebration. We like to drink a glass of wine, you know. Uh, uh, but we need guardrails. Uh, Everybody. It's not just us. People in all kinds of walks of life who realize they need guardrails. They're the happiest people, the most fulfilled people, not the people who think happiness is accomplished by having no guardrails. And we're just we're one example of the happiness that comes from having wholesome guardrails. And that's what we're living.